Hello, welcome to Love Your Body, Love Your Life. My name is Jenna. I am the host of your podcast today and always. And I'm also the author of the book titled Love Your Body, Love Your Life 52 Tips That Will Radically Change Your Health. And you can find my book on Amazon and on barnesandnoble.com. So, welcome to the show, you guys. Happy holidays. To be honest, I didn't think I was going to go live today. So I had prepared somewhat during the week, this early in the week, and I had some bullet points as to what I was going to talk about. And then I didn't get my link to the show until this morning. So I kind of, put the show out of my mind and didn't think really about it until I saw the link. And then I was like, oh, okay, I'm going live today. So the show must go on. I could have easily canceled. I could have easily said, you know what? I'm not in the mood. I can't do it. I'm not prepared. But I just, you know what? That's more like being in the mind versus like your gut, right? Like we overthink things a lot. And so I'm kind of like a little bit of my New Year's resolution, to be honest, because I am an overthinker. I think way too much about things. So, and we're going to get into New Year's resolutions and talk about holidays and debrief all of that in the show. But I am going to be making that as kind of a resolution or a goal for 2025 because it doesn't serve me anymore. Like the overthinking, it just doesn't serve me. So instead, I did what I know to do, which are some tools to calm my nervous system down and get more into my body and just kind of talk myself out of any kind of negative thinking around going live without being completely prepared. So we're going to talk about that too and what I do to calm myself down. And I think it'd be helpful right now for holiday season because there's a lot going on, And so it's kind of funny how the universe works because I had a late night last night, and if I would have known I was going to go live today, number one, probably wouldn't have stayed out or stayed up as late as I did. And number two, I probably wouldn't have been as present with my friend who I went out with my girlfriend who I went out with. I probably would have just been more thinking about today and thinking about what I was going to talk to you guys about. And again, overthinking it in my mind. So it all worked out because I had a great night last night. I had a good time. And I stayed up later than I normally would. I stayed up way past my curfew. But it was fun. So I'll tell you a little bit about what I did last night. So I went to, I live in Newport Beach, California, Orange County, California. And I'll get to the questions as well, because I know that someone just typed in a question. So I will answer that. But I wanted to just tell you guys. So I go to the boat parade in Newport Beach last night, and it's a thing. So every year they have a boat parade here in Newport Beach, and people decorate their boats, and then they just like basically drive the boats up and down the ocean, and they're all decked out in the lights, and whoever's invited on that boat gets to like enjoy the boat. And I guess they have music and dancing or whatever they decide to do on their own personal boat. But I've lived here for the longest time, like over 20 years. And this is like the first time I've ever gone to the Newport Beach boat parade. So my girlfriend invited me kind of last minute. One of her friends got us tickets to the Balboa Bay Club, which is a prestigious like boat club here on the water. And he got us tickets to go and like have dinner there, and you got 2 drink tickets, and you can watch all the boats go by, and it's a very beautiful night with all the lights and very festive, right? So again, I had never been, so I was like, all right, yeah, let's go. Like I wanted to check it out. And I had never met her friend. So my girlfriend invited me, but I had never met the guy that bought us the tickets to get into this like little special area to watch the boat parade. And so I was going to be meeting him for the first time. So I'll just share, it's just kind of funny stories. So we go and I meet the guy, her friend. And it's, it's kind of like awkward, right? You're meeting somebody for the first time. Um, and we go and we're sitting at the table, which is a great view of the boat parade, and dinner's being served. It's a buffet, and you can have soup and grilled cheese sandwich and hot chocolate, and then you get 2 drink tickets for alcohol or whatever you want. So my friend's like, well, I'm hungry. Let's go get something to eat. So we're like, okay. So we all go up to the little like bar area, get in line. It's buffet. So we're getting our food. And I just wanted like hot soup. They were having soup and grilled cheese, but I just wanted the hot soup. And it just felt like really, it's just warm. I just wanted like a soup to like, drink and sip on. So I get my soup. I didn't get the grilled cheese. So I'm standing in line to get a drink, and I'm having my soup, in my hand, and it's cold outside. So I'm already kind of sipping my hot soup because I don't want it to get cold by the time I get to my table after standing in line for my drinks, right? So I'm sipping my hot soup while I'm standing in line for my drink. By the time we get back to the table, all of us are bringing our food. We all sit down. The 2 people I was with, my friend and her friend, have got grilled cheese. And so they're eating their grilled cheese, and I'm just kind of having my soup. So I picked up my soup and I took a drink, right? So this is how I was drinking it the whole time. I wasn't using a spoon. And her friend says to me, don't do that. And I was like, don't do what? And he was like, don't drink your soup like that. And I was like, oh, wow. Like inside I'm thinking, oh, wow. Okay. Am I doing something wrong? Like I was drinking it kind of like a cup, like soup out of a cup. And I'm looking at my friend, like, is she going to back me up right now? Or like, am I on my own on this? And I was on my own. So I was like, wow, okay, I don't even know this guy. Like, and he's telling me how to drink my soup. So I was like, okay. And I'm a good girl, right? I don't like talk back, people that I don't know. And I'm like, I have manners. I'm like, oh my gosh, how embarrassing, kind of, He was referring to the fact that it was a prestigious place to be. Don't drink your soup from like without a spoon. So I was like, okay, fine, whatever. So I picked up my spoon. I only had like a little bit left because I had been drinking it like this the whole time, like I said. So I'm drinking it now out of my spoon. He was like, I was kidding. And I was like, oh, all right. So we have a kidder on our hands, do we? So, okay, I took the joke, whatever, and I'm drinking my soup. I was like totally done. And then like my friend went back up to the bar to get another drink. And now it's just me and the guy, right? And he's like throws a jab at me again. And I just kind of jab back. So now I'm like, okay, you want to banter? We'll banter, right? So I'm bantering now with him. I don't remember what I said. But my point is, you guys, I totally broke the ice. Like once I was just myself. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to give this guy shit back, right? Like he's trying to make me feel uncomfortable. And I'm like, I'm going to give it back to him. So I did. And it broke the ice. And then after that, we were just like giggling and having fun. And it was just a good time. And I don't know why I thought I would share that, because if I would have just been like in my shell and not like giving this guy like what he wanted, I guess, was banter, I think the vibe would have been totally different. Like it would have been uncomfortable, almost like awkward, like, kind of like Jenna's kind of like the third wheel, or, because they knew each other and I didn't know him. my point is that it was a great night. We had so much good fun. Like hardly I took like one drink of wine, which I'm not a drinker really. And so I'm like, you know what? I don't even need this wine. I'd rather have the hot chocolate. My friend really doesn't drink. He doesn't drink, which is all good, right? So his name's James. So if James is watching this or whatever, if he listens to this later on, it's all good. Love you, James. It was fun. We ended up going back to he had a room there with a view of the boat parade. And we ended up singing and like having this good fun. Like you don't even need alcohol, right? It's just to have a good time. And like, I call it good fun. Like you don't need to be high or need to be drunk to have a good time. So that's my little like holiday story. So let's see. Let me do quick questions. Do you feel people actually keep resolution? Yeah, I know. I was kind of hesitant to say resolution, Tim. Thank you for your question. I was hesitant to say that because I definitely know I don't keep resolutions. And so I rarely like make them. I make more like lists of what I want to do, like more goals. I think I said that earlier. I used the word goal. I kind of like corrected myself because resolutions, I don't know. Yeah, they're great like in, like the intention I think is good. But come on, like by February, March, it's like who remembers them? So I think goals or like maybe setting like a theme for your year. Like I know a lot of people that think of a feeling that they want to feel like through the whole year. Mine is definitely I want to be like out of the overthinking mind. The feeling I guess would be a little bit empowered. So maybe that's kind of my theme for 2025 is more empowerment. But yeah, to answer your question, Tim, no, I don't think they keep them. I think for a little bit, but maybe make a list of goals. Okay, Wendy asks, was he a good guy after you got to him? Yeah, actually he was. I think he was just, I don't know, maybe it was his way of trying to break the ice with me. And like I said, once we did, we were like best friends. So he was fun. It was fine. Like I'm sure all three of us will go out again. They actually invited me to go to NAMM, which is like a music convention here in LA, or sorry, Orange County, Anaheim, California. So I'll probably go with them in January to NAMM show. So if you guys follow along, I'll come back in January and talk all about that when I reconnect with James, and I'll let you know how he is. So we'll continue on the James story. Sounds like it was a lovely time. Yeah, Chris, it was a lovely time. I had fun. But yeah, so let's see. So holidays. You guys, I will tell you this other story and then we'll get into like what I do to keep calm during the holidays. But it's cold right now. It's, well, at night it's like low 60s, and then in the morning my temperature reads like 61, 62, 63. And so it's funny, my water heater broke recently, like, well, 2 weeks ago, my water heater broke. So I have been taking cold showers, well, actually cold baths, because I'm a bath girl. And I've had the gas company out twice, and I had a plumber come out finally a couple days ago. And basically what happened is my control panel on my water heater went out as a safety precaution, because apparently I had a gas leak in the control panel. So the water heater was like a smart water heater, smelled the gas leak and turned it off. So thank God for that, right? But I don't have hot water right now. So I've been taking cold baths. And at first I was like, okay, this kind of sucks, right? Like it's freezing cold and I'm having to take a cold bath. Obviously they're very fast, fast baths. But then I'm like, what, kind of low key liking this, because honestly, you guys, like I'm not a cold person at all. at all. Whoever knows me well knows I'm always cold. I always need something hot. I'm always drinking hot tea or something warm. I always need a blanket or a jacket. But I've been taking cold baths, and I will tell you that I feel great. I really do. They're fast, obviously. They're not as long as my warm baths that I normally take, but the cold plunge, everybody I'm sure has heard of cold plunge and the benefits of that. If you haven't, Google it. I Googled it. There's so many to list. There's so many to talk about. There's mental health benefits, there's physical health benefits. I mean, a couple of them are energy wise, it burns fat. They burn fat, so weight loss. Um, it stimulates your mind. It gives you the good endorphins that you need. And I can attest to that. Like I get out and my body is heated up because your body automatically needs to heat up when after a cold like bath or shower. Or like if you go in the ocean or you jump in a pool and you come out, it's that same feeling like you're like exhilarated and your body feels great. So anyways, that's kind of my little water heater / cold plunge or cold bath stories. So if you guys want to try that, try it. So yeah. So how do you guys stay calm during the holidays? I'm just curious if anybody's listening or wanting to type in, like, how do you guys stay calm? Because I definitely have things that I've done for years, actually, which I'll get into. So first of all, and I don't know if this stems from childhood, and I think it does. Christmas and holidays to me are not like that big of a deal, really, truly. Like, and again, I don't know if it's because as a kid, like I was kind of bounced around. I grew up with a single mom and I'd see my dad, when I could, and then I'd bounce back to my mom's, and I don't know, it was kind of more like stressful in a way. Like I didn't really look forward to the holidays. So I think as an adult, I kept it going that way in my mind. Like, so I don't really think of the holidays as like, I'm excited, like, oh, Santa's gonna bring me all these gifts. Like, that's not my mentality. It wasn't my mentality as a kid. It still isn't. So I think I have one up on that in the fact that I just really keep my schedule the same, like truly the same. Like I work out daily if I can, if that's on my schedule. I work, I eat the same. I don't like indulge. It's just truly like another day to me, you know? Last night when I went out, that was a treat because, like I said, I had never been to the boat parade and I hadn't seen my girlfriend in so long, and we rarely go out. Her and I both, we rarely like, go out, like have a good time, So I hadn't seen her. Like whenever we get together for like tea, we can debrief and talk about our life and what's going on in her life, what's going on in my life. So like, I don't know, as single girls, we just wanted to kind of go out and have fun. And that was kind of a treat for me. So that's number one. First of all, I keep my life really the same. I just do my same schedule. And it may sound boring to some people, but I like it because I don't overextend myself, I don't burn myself out. So, like flu season is here. I rarely get sick, thank God. So I don't overextend myself. I don't. And I feel like if I have a choice in saying no to something that I don't want to do, then I just say no, like, so that's one thing. That's one thing I do. And somebody commented that they meditate and they garden. So that's amazing. Like, that's really good. I think the meditation piece is something that I do too. It's kind of like in my repertoire of um, everyday stuff. So that kind of comes natural to me. I do more like breath work as well. I do breath work, which I can kind of show you guys one like breath exercise that's really easy that you can do. And this is like if you're going to like holiday party or if something's coming up, even like a family gathering that is going to stress you out, this breath exercise will immediately calm your nervous system down. So it's really easy. You just cover one nostril and you take a breath from this one. And then you close this one and you breathe out. And then you keep this one closed. Breathe in and breathe out. I mean, honestly, you guys, I feel so much like calmer just by doing that one breath exercise. So that's nostril breathing. That's actually in my book. I wrote about it. So that's another good tip is just to breathe. And you can do that one. I picked that one to show you guys because you can do that one when you're driving, when you're at a stoplight, when you're right about to go into a party or, into a family gathering that's going to stress you out. So that's a really good tip or technique. Meditation, obviously, like the caller suggested, is always good. I mean, if you have the time and you can pull over and do like a little meditation, that's good. I think prayer is good too. Prayer is a form of meditation, and that's what I believe. Asking for, whatever kind of feeling you want in going into a party or a stressful situation. Maybe it's more like a loving energy that you want to attract, or you want to be that loving energy for somebody else, or maybe patience or laughter or fun or humor or just keeping it light. So that's something that you can do. You can say a little prayer or say prayers during the holidays. Maybe light a candle. It gets dark, earlier in the day. So light a candle. And that's actually a good meditation tip too, is just to kind of, if you are not somebody to close your eyes, you can actually stare into the candle and, kind of just, it's kind of like staring into a fireplace. You stare into the candle lit, same thing. So that's something along the lines of meditation. What else do I do? I don't drink. I don't drink alcohol. That's something else that I don't know. It's just, I don't drink normally. So I just keep that going during the holidays. Again, last night was a treat. I had 2 sips of red wine because I had a drink ticket. And I honestly, you guys, like I got a straw to drink the red wine because I don't want to get my teeth stained. And I drank it from the straw, and literally I could feel my throat like tighten up because it's almost like my body was telling me it doesn't want this wine. It really doesn't. Like I do better when I don't drink. Meaning I do better during the night when I'm out, the next day. I'm not really a drinker. I mean, I had a stage when I went through that, like a stage when I was drinking more, but it doesn't serve me well anymore. And I'm not like sober or anything. I'm definitely could go and enjoy a glass of wine here and there, but I don't know. It's just something that I feel better when I don't drink. I think vacation, if I'm on vacation, I tend to, I think, relax more. I think it's par for the course, right? If you're on vacation, and I can have a glass of wine and be totally fine. But when I'm at home, I'm in work mode. I want to have all of like my wheels working so I can be creative and think about ideas to talk to you guys about, and think about things that I can bring to the podcast that will be helpful. So my point is that I do not drink alcohol, and I think holidays is a good time to maybe try it. Maybe if you normally drink at holiday parties, maybe get a seltzer water, or I'm a tea person, so I like hot green tea a lot. Coffee, hot chocolate. Last night I had the best hot chocolate. It was so good, so yummy. So that's another thing I don't do. Another thing that, speaking like on that subject of like drinking, another thing that I do at a bare minimum is drink caffeine. Caffeine, I feel, also taxes your system. It dehydrates you. It gives you the jitters. Your nervous system definitely, takes it's not too good. It's not too good for the liver also on a health standpoint. So I really try to watch caffeine. Now, when I say caffeine, I'm talking about coffee. I do intermittent fasting. So sometimes I like a little bit of coffee, but what I do to minimize the jitters is I put butter in my coffee. So butter in the coffee actually minimizes the caffeine. It like dilutes it. So it doesn't give you that full like jittery feeling. And it, for my system, which is my system, I'm super sensitive. So if I could do that, I would recommend, if you guys are going to drink caffeine in the morning or during the day, maybe put a slab of butter in there. The butter is actually good for you. The fat is actually good for you. You can do coconut oil in there. You can do butter. You can do ghee. MCT oil is another really good oil for you, for the skin, for your hair, for your nails, whatever. Somebody asked, Stacy, would that be real butter or margarine? I use Kerrygold butter, unsalted. I've also used vegan butter, which has coconut oil in it and a little bit of sea salt, which actually is really good, Stacy. So if you want to try that, I'm weird. I liked it. It was a little bit salty, creamy, and like coffee tasting. Really yummy to me. But if you don't like the salt, I would just get the Kerrygold butter, unsalted. Or like I said, you can use ghee, spelled Ghee, or MCT oil. Somebody else asked, tea, would that be tea or coffee? Yeah, I know tea has caffeine in it, but again, it's a different kind of caffeinated feeling in your body. Green tea to me doesn't keep me up at night. Green tea is actually known to give you stress relief. So you guys might want to try that if you need a little bit of pick-me-up. It's a pick-me-up, but without all the jitters. That's what I'm really trying to say here, is that the holidays bring a lot of things, you guys. It brings emotions up, family stuff, getting the perfect gift, or maybe you're in a new relationship. Maybe you're in a relationship that just ended and you're heartbroken. Maybe you're thinking of somebody that passed and you're grieving. And I'm sorry if you are, first of all. Holidays tend to be more intense. So we're talking about things that will keep you more in alignment with feeling balanced in your body. So let's just recap. So breath work, I taught you the nostril breathing. That immediately will calm you down. Meditation, Somebody mentioned gardening and anything with your hands. I sometimes when I'm overthinking, I'm in my mind too much, what I'll do is I'll fold laundry. And that might sound like, okay, that's not going to do anything, but it really does. So I feel like anything with your hands, folding laundry for me works. You can maybe draw or like color or like even like with crayons, maybe get something to like play with, be playful with yourself. Anything with your hands. So gardening is good. Cooking, if you guys like cooking, anything to just enjoy yourself. Get really in your body and out of your mind. And I mean, if you have to go to that holiday family gathering that you don't want to, or you're really in grief, or you're heartbroken, or you're in a new relationship that's stressful, exciting, right? It's exciting to have a new relationship, but it can be stressful too. Or if you're out like shopping all day and you're overstressed about getting the new gift, whatever it is. I mean, you guys can type in and let me know like what's stressing you out. I mean, I shared with you that my water heater broke. I don't have hot water. So I could have easily gotten in my mind, in my head, and been like, negative Nelly, I don't have any water. This sucks. Like, it's cold, like it's holidays, but no, like I kind of spinned it around. I'm like, you know what? I actually like this. This is like pepping me up, these cold baths. Like, I'm not in there taking a warm bath for 30 minutes. I'm ready faster. Like, it gives me this pep and I'm happy. I'm happy. It brings me back to being happy. And I think that's the whole idea of the holidays, is staying happy with yourself and with other people, stressing about having to be around family. I know. I'm so sorry, Charles. Uh, it's hard. It's hard. Family can be really tough, you guys. I got a drink of water. Mm, let me see. What can I say about that? I think it just really comes down to being really intentional about staying in your body and out of your head, and not reacting and responding. Like, kind of take a breath, take a beat. Wishing more family can be here with us. Somebody else said wishing more family can be here with us. Yeah. So it goes back to either we're stressed out about going to the holiday gathering with family, or we're wishing that family could be with us. So either way, it's hard. I'm telling you guys, it's hard right now. For the person that typed in, they got to go to the family gathering, they're stressed. I think I was going to say, like, make sure you're taking a beat, like before you talk, like really think, take a breath, go in the bathroom and do the nostril breathing, or just go in the bathroom and take a minute to get back into yourself and ask yourself, am I going to respond to something that I'll regret saying maybe? Or, like, am I going to regret something that I say? Should I say something more loving to that person that annoys me or that triggers me? And by the way, you guys, triggers are actually good. Whoever's triggering you, they're actually showing you something that you need to work on for yourself. Our family is actually meant to trigger us for personal growth. Let's get real. Let's get honest. They're going to trigger us. But why are we being triggered? What's the reason? The reason is for us to look at ourselves and ask ourselves, where do we need personal growth in? Okay? Like, that's the real reason. Where do we need to grow? If we feel judged, then where are we judging ourselves? Like, let's just say, for example, somebody triggers me in my family and I feel judged. How am I judging myself in order for me to have a mirror back at me showing me that I'm judging myself? Do you understand what I'm saying? I hope you guys are. what I'm trying to say is that everything on the outside, everything that's external is a reflection of who we are internally. So whatever is triggering you externally, there's something internally that we need to focus on and we need to heal. So that's deep, you guys. I know it's deep. It's a deeper conversation. And I'll just say right now, I'm going to be rolling out in 2025. I'm going to be rolling out some great, cool stuff. Okay. And one of the things, and I'll talk more about the things I'm going to be rolling out when I end the show, but I'll just plug it in right here, because one of the things that I'm going to be rolling out is one-on-one time with me. I am a certified life coach. I went through life coaching certification back in 2019 when I was going through my divorce. And I am ready to really have some one-on-one time and really offer what I've learned and what I've grown, what I've been taught. And so I know I have something to offer. And so basically what I'm saying is that I'm going to be rolling that out in 2025, more life coaching one-on-one with Jenna. So stay tuned for that. And like I said, I'll announce what else I'm rolling out in 2025 towards the end of the show. But so I know I went off on a tangent on that, but it's true, you guys. If you're being triggered, you got to look at that. You got to embrace it. Feel your emotions around it. If you're sad, if you're angry, if you're whatever, if you feel left out, feel it, but try not to take it personal. And I don't know, reach out to me in 2025 and I will teach you more on that and how to handle triggers. But let's get to the other question. Wendy, yes, wishing more family lived closer. So I know, oh my gosh, I'm sorry, Wendy. Where do they live and where are you? Is it a drive away? I'm assuming it's a plane ride away, because if it was a drive, you'd be there. Are you alone? I'm sorry if you're alone. If you're alone, then what would I do if I was alone? Oh gosh, that's hard. I'm always alone, by the way. I'm definitely, I grew up as an only child. I have half brothers and sisters, but I consider myself an only child because that's how I grew up. So, okay, Wendy, we are in Georgia, is it? And most family is in LA. Okay. So they're near me. Can you not take a plane last minute? Can you hop on a plane? Maybe not. Do Zoom calls. Can you do Zoom calls with your family? That would be fun. A Zoom call, or actually FaceTime is really cool too. So maybe, Wendy, if you have an iPhone, do FaceTimes, maybe like open gifts together on a FaceTime call or a Zoom call. I think that would be fun. And at least if you can't like hug and touch each other, at least you can see each other's face and be with each other on that day. And if you're alone, if anybody's alone, God, what would I do if I was alone? I would probably try to make a reservation somewhere like at a restaurant so I could be around people and eat around people, even if I was alone. I would read a good book, but I'm a reader. So if you guys aren't readers, I would listen to a podcast, listen to a good show. You know what's so good? I think laughter is so good, you guys. Humor is always the best. Put on something that makes you laugh. I like Friends. That's kind of like my nightly show. I put it on my computer at night right before I go to bed, because they're funny and like it's fun. It's funny. Like I need a good laugh right before bed, something to like decompress and just laugh off the day. And so do something funny. Okay, Wendy, Louisiana. Okay, I got that wrong. I'm sorry. We talk and all, but it's better to be in person. We just can't manage to schedule everyone time at the same time. Oh, I'm sorry. Um, mm. Yeah, it would be better to be in person. But can you guys do FaceTime calls? Maybe that would be helpful. Yeah, I would definitely do FaceTime calls or Zoom calls. But thank you, Wendy, for sharing that. So, yeah, I think that's all I got for you guys. Breathing exercises, stay calm, take a beat before you say anything back that you would regret. Um, yeah, just be loving to yourself, love yourself, ask yourself, what would love do in this moment, and like really come from that place. And I feel like if we come from that place, first of all, it becomes a habit. And second of all, it like just squashes kind of like the air. Like my example of James, this guy, like if I would have come off like a B to him, like rude and just B word, right? Like I would have happy holidays. Thank you. Thank you. Happy holidays to you. Merry Christmas. Thank you. Um, so yeah, come from the place of love, you guys. It really just helps. It helps you to feel better, first of all. You will feel better. You will be more in your power if you come from love. And it also maybe will shock the other person, and then they will not have a comeback, because what's somebody going to do if you're not coming off rude? They can't come off rude. They don't get defensive. It like squashes their defense. So remember that this Christmas, you guys, triggers are good for you. Breathe, meditate, use your hands, come from love. And yeah, that's it. That's it. Happy holidays. Enjoy, be present. We're never going to get this time back. So whatever is happening, cold showers, water heaters breaking, rude people trying to trigger you, just be present, enjoy as much as you can, because this time is not going to be back. You get a one-time chance here, and enjoy it as much as you can. Enjoy yourself, be good to yourself, eat good food, drink good food, stay away from alcohol, caffeine, limit your caffeine. We talked about that. So really quick before I end, 2025, I am going to be rolling out a online video course based on my book. So it's Love Your Body, Love Your Life, 52 tips that will radically change your health. It's going to be an online course. You're going to be getting also recipes and affirmations from me. So I'm going to be rolling that out. I already talked about my one-on-one offer that I'm going to be rolling out in 2025. So stay tuned for that. I'm excited. I hope I can have a one-on-one with you guys, with all my listeners or some of my listeners that are interested in being supported through 2025. Let me support you and guide you and talk about what you guys need to, what you need more of in 2025. Health, wellness, beauty, relationship, whatever you guys think you need more support with, I'm going to be offering that. And then also, if you guys know me well, I'm a singer-songwriter as well. So I'm going to be doing a little music video, rolling that out in 2025. So stay tuned for that. I'm excited for that. I love it, love it, love it. Singing and music makes me so, so happy. So yeah, tap into what makes you happy, you guys. Stay good, and I shall see you in 2025. Oh, before I forget, also, I have a good lineup so far for 2025 as for guests to come on the podcast. I have a hormone doctor coming on. It's for women and men. Believe it or not, men do have hormone situations that they need to, get educated on. So I'm having a hormone doctor come on, and I'm also having an esthetician come on. I did a solo episode a couple weeks ago on skincare, but I'm going to have a professional esthetician come on and talk about skin. So that's my lineup so far. I might also have a hair person coming on, and also a card reader. like somebody that reads tarot. I don't know if you guys are interested into that, but it's kind of fun, you know. Tarot is, it can be fun. Like we have free will, you know, so I just use tarot as fun, and I don't know, it's something different, interesting. So if you guys are into that, I might have somebody come on to talk about that. Yeah, that's it. Stay good, you guys. And until next time, love your body and love your life. Take care. Bye.